little bit pissed off. I'm thinking, Naz, man, come on, there you are. That was a side to you that probably made everybody disband and kind of step away from you, because I'm like, that's not nice what you're doing there. There's still that devil inside of him that keeps pulling that shit up, trying to run Brendan down. I find it disrespectful. I find it you're tarnishing a man's image. You're tarnishing a man's reputation. So you got to stop doing that. Because when Naz is trying to make out as though Brendan's all about money, I'm like, no, that's not right. Because you're giving people the wrong impression there. That's not right, man. What you're saying out there in the public, you're giving him a backhanded compliment, but you're still slapping this man's credentials of who he is. Brendan was a smart, clever guy that gave, spent time when most people wouldn't do that, when people's parents and families don't care about them. I said to Brendan, has money changed him? He said, no, money's just magnified who he is. And I thought, if I was Naz, I'd feel really uncomfortable because it's showing that nasty side, that horrible side. I didn't like the aftermath of what Naz said about Brendan, because I thought, you know what, when I saw you there with your sons, I thought, you're a dad now, you're a husband now, you're a responsible adult now. So you'll have grown up, and a lot of things we said and done when we were younger, we all do that kind of stuff. And then we have to grow up and think, I dealt with that wrong. And maybe in my head, I'm thinking, he's probably looking at himself thinking, but we grow up. And Naz, to me, seems like he's become closer to his religion, to God, to Allah. And every time he does an interview, he praises Allah, and I get that. And he gives him enough credit. I get that. He talks about praying. I get that, being humble. But then that ego sneaked in. And then he started, when he passively tried to say he did wrong, but Brendan did this, and he really ripped on Brendan. That's not right. Brendan was never about all the money.